I've started to call myself an artist, allowing myself to step into my identity as the highest version of me. It's been scary, a journey that started perhaps 4 years ago and still continuing. It hasn't been easy. With every day, I'm closer to becoming, to walking in and on purpose. This is not a story of ego, but rather a narrative of faith, of growth, and of brokenness, and an embodiment of the feminine. It's a story of generosity. Hello, sweet soul, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time chilling with me, thanks for coming to hang out with me and the alley cats. I hope you have a steaming hot cuppa or something nice and cool to keep things easy breezy while we chat. Today, I want to share how I am choosing to call myself an artist and why you should start doing the same, or can start doing the same. I've always identified myself as a visionary, so my mission was always clear to me. I knew I wanted to do life-changing work, and I never wanted to do anything simply for money, but instead, I wanted to be of service. But with the mistruths of our societal reality, as I grew up, it became more and more difficult to grasp exactly what that meant. I questioned myself, thinking, how could I, a Black South African woman, even dare to dream to be extraordinary? You see, every motivation video I'd ever heard, every Tumblr-esque quotes I'd ever read did not prepare me for just how much faith I had to have in myself, just how much grit it would take to trust that every mundane action I took today would be the brick, the mortar that would build my dream life. I still battle with self-doubt. Any person who's ever been trusted with anything will tell you that the most crippling thing that you could ever experience is the feeling of being an imposter. Your mind can master you if you do not understand its motives. So I committed the sophomore years of my life to building a foundation of wisdom, a legion of mentors and a circle of like-minded people that would be my guides as I made my way through the self-doubt, through the rough patches of emotional fatigue, and even over the mountains that are my mind's habitual self-destruction. I've even gone as far as beginning to understand that there is no such thing as self-sabotage. I'm embracing the shadows of my soul for what they truly are: a trauma reaction, a protective shield from the things that would seek to make me embarrassed. You see, the 12-year-old in me still cringes from the time I delivered a badly written speech to the whole school and was subsequently laughed at by everyone. And the protective 17-year-old refuses to let me be ever unprepared for a musical audition. All the young versions of me have gone through some very awkward moments, even what could be called self-inflicted pain. And they've recruited themselves as the wards of all my future selves. They are ready to fight off any moments that would compromise me in the ways that they were compromised. I'm learning to listen to them, to hear their reasoning, the logic of why they will do everything to convince me not to try anything that would make me look inexperienced or foolish. They love me so much, and they are the reasons why I've avoided many mistakes. But I know that where they were is not where I am now. I'm not unprepared. I have done my homework. I'm not a tone-deaf preteen adolescent. I've grown. I've gained wisdom in the mire. I have so much to offer, and I have so much to learn. I'm a creative, a channel of the known and unknown universe, a vessel of truth. I exist in this moment, free to be fully here, wholly present and held by all that is. You see, it hasn't been easy to get where I am. It hasn't been easy to sit down and write, to practice being a creator while creating what I would call terrible art. It did not happen overnight. It took everything, and then all that was left to bring myself to this moment, to float and be carried into the instance when I became brave enough to be this generous. So every time you curse yourself for pressing snooze instead of practicing, know that you are a work in progress, that your body may not be ready yet, but someday soon it will surprise you and ascend past where you thought it could go. Understand that your greatness in this space, this finite stretch of time, is unfathomable, immeasurable. Give yourself time, be patient, be kind. I've learned to speak to myself as though I were my own best friend, to ease myself out of discomfort, pain, and distorted self-image. I'm working on saying the things I wish someone else would say to me, because I know that there will be days when I will not want to listen to anyone else but the voice in my head. And the voice that speaks then must know that I'm a person worthy of respect, a person with boundaries, and I will not be spoken to as though I'm nothing. I cannot give you advice because I'm still figuring it out. Apparently, it takes a lifetime. So all I can tell you is what I've been putting my energy into, where I've been allowing myself to be taken by my mind, and how I have been honoring my boundaries with my ego, and how this practice serves me. I call myself a creative because that is who I am. Though I sometimes doubt my abilities and start to fall into a spiral of comparison, I still call myself an artist because I need to be reminded that who I am is not only what I see in the mirror. I am the seed of something greater, of something still hidden, waiting to be uncovered. And the only way to unwrap this gift is through a daily practice of little habits, making choices that will change how I see myself, how I see and use my mind. Now, this is the part where I tell you what I think about creativity and how you should possibly see creativity as well. Now, most people think being an artist takes talent, so it becomes unreachable and can only be accessed by a select few members of the population. Excellence, you see, is not a noun, it's a verb. It's built on tiny daily practices that become habits that eventually build the version of life we want to live. And how to understand how this works is beginning with the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like a computer. It receives information from the conscious mind, creates reality out of that information. In effect, the subconscious mind creates what you'll tell it. So when you begin proclaiming an idea, the subconscious mind works to build this idea into the physical. A really good book on this is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I will link a YouTube audiobook of it in the description below. So what this comes to is understanding that yes, talent is important because it helps you realize what you have a natural capability to do. And this, of course, informs your decisions about whether you want to continue doing that particular thing. For example, a young girl may find that she has excellent eye-foot coordination, which means she's naturally good at soccer. And so she finds that she enjoys soccer because she's good at it. And she might start working watching soccer games and start visualizing the kind of life that she might live as a professional soccer player. This all makes her all the more want to commit to the sport. But imagine if that same girl does not keep practicing, and instead she spends all her time engaged in activities that do not add to her fitness, say sitting on the couch all day watching soccer or playing soccer video games. The point I'm making here is no professional athlete ever thought themselves to greatness. They spend and continue to invest energy and time in building skill. They have exercise regimens, commit themselves to balanced food plans recommended by nutritional specialists. Nothing can be achieved with talent alone. We witness that every day. And yet, when it comes to ourselves, we dismiss our potential to be great by saying, no, that is only for special people. I don't have the talent for that. It's easier to not try at all than to admit that we're too scared to create bad work, scared of being a novice and facing failure. But when you start to envision yourself as the expert or professional you dream of becoming, you begin to open space for learning to begin. Now, of course, I'm not saying that simply calling yourself a doctor, for example, means you can start practicing medicine. But what I am encouraging you to do is open that door of opportunity and start accepting the immense possibilities that abound for you to become a doctor. That is when you will begin to stop rationalizing all the ways you cannot become what you dream, and instead start to create attainable goals that will help you get where you need to be. Simply put, it all starts in the mind, and failing is a necessary step because it builds understanding and encourages critical and analytical thinking. When you have tried and failed, you can always look back at the process, understand where you have made the mistake, then try again with more confidence. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I send you all my love and wish you all the best today. As you embrace possibility, step into the unknown and foster daily habits that it will become a life practice. Be so well, and remember, it may be harder to try and love the spikiest parts of yourself, but know that you deserve to be loved and to feel worthy. See you in the next video. Until we see each other again, bisous.